Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome back to another No Man's Sky video. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the new Skiff where you cannot fall off no matter what kind of choppy seas that you are in. This is a massive problem that is currently plaguing the No Man's Sky community. A lot of people are reporting that if you're in kind of even just slightly rough seas, that's it, you're getting thrown off into the ocean, making the new fishing mechanic virtually impossible to try and conduct. So in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to avoid falling off your skiff using some very quick and simple techniques. It's pretty easy to do, and it will save you a butt ton of time trying to jump back on your skiff as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as always, just double check your subscriptions for me, resubscribe if you need to, and if you have been watching me for a while, you like what I do, you like the videos that I make, then why not consider hitting that subscribe button? You definitely will not regret it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right on into today's video. So right now, I am just on a normal water planet. There isn't really much else to say about it other than it's got some choppy seas, but the weather's kind of okay. So we're going to put down our new Skiff. Now this is a wonderful tool where we can use it as a platform for the new fishing mechanics. So what can we do in order not to fall off? Because literally even the slight bump in the seas and your character starts moving, and it's the most frustrating thing in the entire world. And like I said, a lot of people are having that problem. One thing we can do is put down a base computer. Now, look what happens. Imagine it, if you will, like an anchor. When we put a base computer on the platform itself will tilt just a little bit. And that is exactly what we're looking for, because now it means A, we can build on it, and B, the skiff isn't going to go anywhere. And I'll get onto why that is important in just a small while. But we can still see that there's a lot of movement within the skiff itself. So even with the seas being virtually calm, look at that. You can see on my feet right there that I am indeed still moving to one side. And it is absolutely atrocious right now. And that's even with the base computer on, trying to hold this in place. So what I like to do is get some small timber wood walls or frames, whatever you want to call them. And I'm just going to build a nice little square going around it. And the idea is we want to try and entrap the Skiff into one location. But we're also going to take on the advantage of the build mechanics and the way that building mechanics work in No Man's Sky. Because it will act as a base, then it doesn't matter what the weather's like outside. It still kind of technically thinks, the game thinks that you're in on an inside base. So it means the oceans can swell up to 30, 40, 50 meters, however big the ocean waves want to get. And even if they go over you, A, you won't go into a swim mode, and B, you won't like take any water damage. I say water damage, you don't really get damaged by water, but you know, you won't like go into like where you're taking oxygen damage, where you're having to like, you know, breathe underwater, if you will. That completely avoids all that. So you can indeed still walk around even though there's waves on top of you and you're like essentially underneath the water, thus continuing your fishing. But now we've got that in order, you can see the waves are crashing over the top of me, and it is a fairly simple thing to do. And yeah, no matter how much the waves try and bash against me now, I'm completely safe from the elements. Yes, you can make the argument that it's not ideal, and you can also make the argument that it's not like, you know, the best thing in the world. However, it does solve the problem for now. Now, I'm hoping that Hello Games will issue a fix for this, because it is a fairly big problem. And at the end of the day, I don't want to have to be building this every single time I want to go ahead and fish. But right now, I feel like it is the only solution to said problem. So we've got the ocean right now coming above us, but I can still continue fishing completely as if nothing is happening, which is exactly what we want. Now, let's talk about the fishing mechanics in general, because we also have these new automated bait catchers, and we can, is that automated bait catcher? Automated. So let's talk about the new mechanics in the game. We have these automated traps. Now, the traps are okay. They're good for long-term fishing, so you can pop these next to you, but you know, you're talking about every 15 to 30 minutes they will catch a fish. Now, you can only have 3 unless you know how to do a build glitch where you go ahead and, well, it's a wire glitch technically, where you go ahead, because we've already put down a base computer, we can now wire glitch onto a platform and then spawn the automated traps in that way, and we can get past the 3 limit number. This is great because we can absolutely, you know, max them out. However, they do need to be in the water to function. So just to get around that caveat, what I've designed here is just a quick, simple and dirty method in order to get those traps in the water. So we're just going to build a little bit underneath the platform. Don't have to be anything too spectacular, and obviously we can go ahead and delete this at a later date, which obviously we're going to. So there we go. So once we start building underneath the water, we can go ahead now and start wire glitching or base glitching, whatever it is you want to call it, in these extra automated traps. And you can do this an infinite amount of times now. You can just spend the time putting them in, but that's the only problem with this method, is it does take a long time to, you know, it's very finicky to get the wire glitch to work. But when it does work, you can spawn more than obviously 3 in, which is absolutely fantastic. And then all we do is go ahead and delete that last floor panel. Fantastic. Now we have a butt ton of these wire traps that are just automatically fishing next to you, which is absolutely fantastic. So another thing I want to talk about is, okay, you've spent so long fishing and maybe, you know, you've only got a handful of fish. How can we up those numbers quite substantially? Well, the portable refiner duplication glitch works for the fish that you catch, which is absolutely fantastic. So right now I've only got like just normal bait in there. It's nothing too fantastic, and I'm only catching like C-class fish, which again is not a problem, but I want to up those numbers. So we're going to use the personal refiner duplication glitch, and all we need to do is place down a normal portable refiner. I said personal refiner duplication, portable refiner duplication glitch. Either way, we'll put down a portable refiner, put down a fish in the portable refiner, and then we're just going to build on top with more portable refiners. Make sure you get it just in the exact center when you're replacing the portable refiners in. What I like to do is just use my mouse, get right into that sweet spot, and then don't move my mouse from there. And then I'll just go into the menu and just re-click instantly. Once we do that, put as many portable refiners in that you want, and then delete the lot. And what will happen is you will get a butt ton of fish. Now, when you first start off doing this, the numbers, let's say you put down 20 portable refiners, like all spanned on top of each other, and you only put 1 fish in, you'll get 20 fish back plus the one you put in, so you'll get 21 fish in total. But the next time you do it, rather than duplicating 1 fish at a time, you're now duplicating 21 fish at a time. So the numbers will very quickly stack up. Another thing that this game, new game mechanical fishing, implements is the different kind of bait that you can put on the end of your fish. I like to use this one right here, which guarantees at least an A-class fish going up to obviously S-class fish. I think you can get a few B-class fish as well, but usually it is between an A and an S-class on a good cast. Now with this, you can see straight away, bang, I've got an S-class fish, and we can now take that S-class fish and we can put it right back into the personal refiner, and we can literally put it right back into the portable refiner duplication glitch, then start glitching the heck out of it. And the value proposition as well is essentially that 50 fish, 50 C-class fish, just to get the same value of one S-class fish, which is insane. So obviously you're going to duplicate the more expensive fish, I could. And at the end of the day, there we go. I mean, we've got, what, 10 million plus in units with value there. Now, I wanted to find out as well, is it worth putting this fish back in water? Is it worth convert the fish back in mana? So for this, we need to do is jump back into the ocean itself. Once you jump back into the ocean itself, all you need to do then is go into your exhaustive inventory and build this fish, but you only get it was nice. And look at your head and the meal. It's going to take a long time to see any chew down and back. So it's up to yourself. You can spend the time going ahead and essentially putting the fish back in one at a time, putting rubber people back in the exhaust. All we can do is we can do another option, which is called City Normally, which we're doing now. Once you're in the lobby, you can go ahead and speak to Kronos. Now, when you speak to Kronos, you can go ahead and feed him one of these great fish. And you do get some nanites back, but again, it's a tedious process where you're going to have to individually feed him until you're done with whatever it is you've got in your exhaust soup. So that, again, that's a very time-consuming process. Or what I like to do personally is I just like to take the unit value off of them, and I'll just go over to a space station, and I'll go ahead and just sell them in bulk there. And and I'm getting 10 plus million units, 300 million units, depending on how many I duplicate. But that's an absolutely fantastic way to get unlimited amounts of units fairly quickly, in my opinion. Because you only need to essentially catch one S-class tier fish, and yeah, you literally set up from there. Once you just do the glitching, that's what you want to do, then you set up. Or if you do want to do this without glitching, ladies and gentlemen, you totally can do. And you get a load of A-class fish, S-class fish, some B-class fishes using that particular bait. You can use different baits for different fish. And obviously you do have your automated setup as well to help you along that journey if you want to take a more slower route. But predominantly this video was about trying to stop yourself falling off that rift, because it was bugging me. It really was bugging me, and I thought that Hello Games would have patched this out by now. But that's the quickest, easiest and dirtiest way to do it. There you go, have fun. But yeah, that's everything from me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section down below. Did you already know about this method? Are you going to try this now that you've seen it working in action? Let me know. Have you already tried duplicating some fish? How did that work out for you? Let me know everything. Comment section down below. You know what to do. But as always, my name is Professor Cynical, and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.